Okay, let's do the Lenormand and the Tarot and just see what kind of pointing it's going to tell us today. I'm not going to do too many reads this morning because today is Hogalishi Day, which I will be, for those that don't know what Hogalishi is, every once a week I get together with Hogarth in England, Lena in Australia, and Sheila up in Colorado, and we read the tarot on various subjects, okay? So I don't like to do too many reads on the day of that because I never know what question Hogarth is going to come up with, so I don't want to inadvertently read on something we're going to potentially read on this afternoon, okay? But if you're interested in watching the live, it's at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time and on Hogarth's Global Astrology channel. So there you go. Hopefully we see you there this afternoon. So first thing out is about the stories. The stories being created. And trying to balance things, keeping things in balance when it comes to the stories you're putting out. So, you know, if you want to stay in balance, you want to tell the truth. You don't want to have to be creating stories of fallacy like we see Trumpenstein doing all the time. Okay, alternative facts, alternative reality, okay, fantasy land. So stay in balance with things and just be honest and stuff. If you're honest and you're not having to create some big fantasy land story, and I see some people, you know, about how great they are and they have to promote all this stuff and I'm so fabulous, you know. Well, then they're not secure in themselves, okay? They have to put a mask on and put out a story, okay? And if you're secure in yourself, you don't have to put out a story. The truth is the truth, and that's it. So let's see what we have next. It's about the tower. So let's see what sort of tower this is. Cooperation. So it's building a tower of strength of cooperation, working with others, okay? Being able to have faith and trust in others and come together to make things better. Now, I like that. That's a big sunflower there, and all the hands are coming into an alignment with each other. You know, when we work together with others, we only become stronger, okay? So again, you know, we want to welcome other cultures in, coming in. I think I love studying other cultures. I love participating in other cultures. When you are like we see with Trumpenstein and MAGA, they don't want any other culture than their white bread. And then that is so flat, okay? It is so uninteresting if you are threatened by other cultures, other scenarios, other people, other ways of being, okay? So next we have conversations. So when it comes to conversations, it's the dance. So conversations about the dance, things that are happening, being creative, okay? You know, some things are up, some things are down. And maybe we have to move in a different direction. But in order to do all of that, we need to communicate with others. Cooperate, communicate, build a better tower, build a heavier structure, a better structure. Again, with what you're putting out there and staying in balance with things. So next we have at a crossroads. When we come to the crossroads, it's triumphing, okay? So set our sights on going in the way of triumph. And the way we reach triumph when we're going through a crossroads is what? Cooperation. Being able to communicate in the dance. You know, when you have a partnership in your dancing, one leads, one follows. Although it's a cooperation. You can't both be leading and trying to go in different directions. Okay? And that's the way that it works. So think of the dance. You have one that's directing the dance and the other one is following with it in cooperation. Okay? If you try to have two that are trying to lead, what happens? Nothing gets done. Okay? So in a good dance, there is a communication between the two of you. Into what direction? Okay? One flows with the other one. One allows the one to be the director of it, and the other one flows along with it in beautiful harmony. So let's see what we have next. It's about an ending. Endings to some things. Now with endings come new beginnings. But let's see what this ending is about. Support. Okay? So what are you supporting? Are you supporting something that maybe you shouldn't be? Okay? Like we see now, a lot of the Magatonians are waking up and saying, oh my God, what the heck did I do? They need to end that support and come into an alignment at a crossroads for something better of cooperation, working with others, okay? And, you know, in this ending, we need to welcome them in. Again, we have the support. We have the little bee above there, worker bees. Everybody has to work together. Okay, they've made mistakes. They see that. There are some people who say, I will never, ever, ever, give them any quarter because they put us in this position. Okay, they've made a mistake. Okay, what does the Bible say? You forgive 7 times 7. Okay, need to welcome them in. I also get the one where the son came back, the prodigal son, and the family welcomed him back and held a big celebration because he was coming back. So it's like the prodigal son. If they see the errors of their ways and they want to come back, we have to welcome them back and help support and let them be supportive, okay? And so last but not least, we have the community. So when it comes to the community, it's an alchemy, okay? We have to work together to put these things together to have this transformation. You've got to have the right elements together to make this transformation happen. And the elements in it is supporting one another, ending support where it's not beneficial, come together in a crossroads to triumph by what? Communicating in the dance, building a strong tower when it comes to cooperation, and putting out a genuine balancing type of a story versus having to have a mask and the other drama. So there will be an alchemy, this change, flux that happens, with the community. If we can end support where it doesn't belong and welcome those back that have seen the error of their ways, they're paying the price. Okay, they have paid the price now. We are at a crossroads. We can triumph, but it takes coming together. Don't cut off your nose to spite your face. Understand the conversation about the dance, coming together, building a strong tower, an edifice of cooperation that only strengthens us, and balance when it comes to the storylines. Look and see if what you're being told is bombastic fallacy, or if it's coming from genuine grounded truth. Okay, so on that note, I'll leave that here, and we'll see you online.